Hello, everybody. Mr. Odom here, and we are going to solve some equations. This is from section 3.5, it's problems 30, 32, and 34. And you're going to need a pencil, composition book, or notebook paper to take notes, and you might need a calculator. The learning target for this video is I can solve equations. So you should hopefully be able to say that. And these are some interesting equations. They don't look like equations we have seen before, but they're not that hard to solve. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I wrote down the first equation. 12t minus 8t equals negative 52. So the first thing I notice is on the left-hand side is this expression in simplest form on the left-hand side? The answer is no, because there are like terms. Okay, since there are like terms, I should combine them before I do anything else. So 12t minus 8t is 4t, and that equals negative 52. All right, and then this looks familiar. I've solved problems like this before in section 3.4. I need to divide both sides by 4. So that way I can cancel the 4's and I get t all by itself, and negative 52 divided by 4 is negative 13. Okay. All right. And so that's the answer to this, or the solution to this equation. All right, let's look at number 32. So I'm going to show you I think, a pretty interesting way to solve problems like this. That might save us a little bit of time. I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool to be able to solve in this way. First of all, let's look at this. This is 6 times x minus 2 equals negative 18. 6 times the quantity x minus 2. I'll say that again. 6 times. What's the inverse operation of multiplication? Because I'm multiplying 6 and this 6 times this expression x minus 2. So what is the inverse operation for multiplication? It is division. So why don't I just divide by 6 on this side? Since I'm multiplying by 6, let's divide by 6. Why do I do that? Well, it will cancel that 6 in the numerator, and all that I'm left with is x minus 2. Okay, but I'm dividing this side by 6. The division property of equality says I need to divide that side by 6 or the equation's not equal. So negative 18 divided by 6, negative divided by positive is negative, and this is 3. And you guys know how to solve this equation from here. I just add 2 to both sides. Add 2 to both sides, and I get negative 3 plus 2, x equals negative 1. Okay, the other way that some people like to solve equations like this, and I'll show you here, is, and you can do this, 6 times x minus 2 equals negative 18, is you can use the distributive property. Okay, you can do that. There's no rule that says you don't have to. You can. So 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And that equals negative 18. And then you can go ahead and solve this. I can add 12 to both sides, add 12 here, using the addition property of equality. So I have 6x equals negative 6, and then I can go ahead and divide both sides by 6. That cancels. On the left side, it just leaves me with x. Negative 6 divided by 6, that's going to be a negative number. It's going to be negative 1. So we get the same answer. Okay, so 2 different ways to solve this problem. I think it's pretty cool. The first way I did it, because you recognize that, hey, I'm multiplying 2 things together. I'm multiplying a linear expression with a constant, right? And I can divide that constant out of there. All right, let's look at another one of these problems, number 34. So let me write this one down. Negative 8 times y plus 9 equals negative 40. All right. Again, let's divide by negative 8 on both sides. because the negative 8 here cancels with the negative 8 in the numerator. And then I'm left with y plus 9 equals negative divided by negative is positive. So negative 40 divided by negative 8 is 5. And then I just subtract 9 from both sides. And that leaves me with y equals negative 4. There you go. And you're done. And it works. Okay. You could have used the distributive property to solve this problem. So look at this real quick, just so you can see that, yes, you can go ahead and use a distributive property if you're comfortable with that, and you'll get the same answer. So negative 8 times y, negative 8 times positive 9. So negative 8 times y is negative 8y. Negative 8 times positive 9 is negative 72. And that equals negative 40. And then I just add 72 to both sides using the addition property of equality. That leaves me with negative 8y equals 32. Divide both sides by negative 8 to help cancel on this side and get y all by itself. Y equals 32. Positive 32 divided by negative 8 is negative 4. So we get the same answer. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can solve equations like this where you think that you might have to use a distributive property. All right. So that's all I have for this video. Hopefully that was a little helpful for you. This is Mr. Odom, and I'm getting out of here. Bye.